Okay, I can't remember if this is video on the air conditioning number 4 or 5. So now I filled it up. It now has its charge, and as you can see, we're getting very field piecey out here. Field piece, gauge, wireless gauge set for the scale, field piece. So we're very field piecey out here. All I need is a field piece leak detector. First time startup, just got the keys. Well, on this one, this whole interior, everything in here is immaculately clean. I don't even like to put my shoes on the mat. When you have a car that's been, and they're gonna detail all this too. This hasn't been detailed yet. When you have a customer with a car, this is for used car sales. This is where you change your gloves, or just use your hands. In my case, on these super detailed cars, I change my gloves, and so I will go to the, I gotta put the phone down, sorry. Phone is down, sorry for that, but I cannot hold the camera and put a new set of gloves on. Start up the air conditioning. And as my old viewers know, I do not edit. So when you get in a car that's this clean with carpet, you put your feet up, off. He doesn't have a mat on here. You don't even let your heels touch the carpet. As you can see, this is a 1988, and that's original carpet. And he doesn't have the protection floor mats in here, or does he? Yeah, he does, but even they're so clean. Yeah, you don't put your hands in. Everything's immaculate in here. Make sure you have clean hands when you're in a customer's car, especially when it's immaculate cars. So let's start it up. Perfectly start up, no problem at all. Okay, so we're at minimum. I'm at maximum fan. I'm out for the dash, and like was stated to me by the new owner, who is the car salesman, I put him in a category above a car salesman. This guy is just not a normal car salesman. If I wanted a Mercedes, this is the only guy I would come to go buy my Mercedes. I say I want a 1960 something, 70s or 80 something. He would research it and find it for me, and I know when I purchased it from him, it would be gone over very well. Okay, that vent was closed. It's now open. It's coming up here. Nothing now on the dash, and I've been looking for a leak. So what you didn't see off camera, did I show it? No, I didn't. Was when I initially filled this system up, I went over the system looking for leaks without charging the car, because it came in, if you've seen, I think from the first video, it came in with 29 or 30 psi vapor pressure refrigerant in the system, so it was already basically empty. I recovered that out, and then I put it on the vacuum pump, and then I went around looking for leaks again after filling it up. When I filled it up, it was only at 60 psi pressure, so without disturbing the system, because in case there was a leak I didn't want to hide. Some leaks will actually stop leaking when the pressure goes up. It'll leak at a low pressure but not a high pressure. So I was trying to find a leak under low pressure of just a static charge of 60 psi. Found nothing. Now I'm driving the pressure up so I could leak test the system, and I want to also see the total functionality of the whole system before I condemn anything. And my gauges went off. Remember, my gauges got damaged by the rain, but I can still see. I got 24, 23 on the low side right now, just starting up. I got 203, 205 on the high side right now. The fan is barely spinning. I don't know what it looks like, because cameras see fan speed differently than the human eye. Let's see if I can stop it. Yeah, I just stopped it. Don't do what I just did. Many guys have lost fingers doing that, but I'm pretty well in tune to these vehicles. Okay, I'm driving the head pressure up. What I'm trying to see, I'm at 240. I'm trying to see that fan come on. I think this fan comes on at 270. I'm at 258, 260, 265, 270. No fan. Okay, so I have no fan here, But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to engage, see down there off the receiver, there's a fan switch. I'm at 280, there we go, 284, the fan just came on. So this tells me the fan circuit for overpressurization works. I now know the fan works, I now know the switch works. Now I'm happy, because now I know this customer won't drive away, because you could never test that on a cold day, because it would never come on, because you would never reach that pressure. So now I'm going to let go of the fluid touch and allow the fluid clutch to kick in, and we'll have less operation of, as the fluid thermal fan clutch kicks in, we will have less operation of that. So now I know I just forced the high side system up to 284 psi. We did a little bit of a stress test on it for a cool day in the 50s right now. And I just want to monitor the rest of the system. You can't see it. I'm looking down at the sight glass. And no, I'm not looking. I'm just looking. But you do not judge off sight glasses whether a system is full. You only go by weight, and I only go by weight. I have a variable on here, even though this is not a variable. This is a fixed displacement compressor. But I can never tell what my fan flow is using a fluid-driven thermal fan clutch. Is always changing. So that's always changing your airflow over your condenser. Oh, and that's a cold day, so you would not try to judge by bubbles, and you do not try to judge by bubbles anyway, and you especially do not try to judge by bubbles in the sight glass when a retrofit has been applied for a system that was designed for R134, but you changed, designed for R12, but was retrofitted over to 134. And on a system on a cold day like this, with a fan kicking off and on, a fan not operating all the way, not giving you your flow over the condenser, you would never try to use superheat or subcooling to determine its charge in the first place, because you have these variables right here that throw you way to hell off. If your airflow is wrong, everything else is wrong. Alright, so now that I know the system mechanically operates every aspect of it, now I could go to the next step. I'm going to shut it off, and I'm going to leak test. There's some other things that I could do I'm not mentioning about high side leaking and fan air movement and it disturbing your readings and getting rid of that fan flow while you're leak checking with it. But they get into a personal, a dangerous topic I'm not going to go into on this video on. But there's other methods to prove things using high pressure and some obstacles that are in your way that can distort your readings. But this video is not about that. So we're at 236 psi, 27 on the low side, 233 on the high side. The fluid fan clutch here is barely working. It's just rotating really slow. And you cannot see that in a video. I know what I could get away with. If anybody tries to follow me on video and you lose your fingers, oh well, that's your own problem. Don't do as I do, do as I say. Don't do that. Alright, we're going to go into the next video, but first I got to go do a leak check, and I need to put the camera down because I need two hands and I need to concentrate on this vehicle. Alright guys, like again, field piece, excellent products.